what a meet to kind of finish the home portion of the schedule against one of the best teams in the MAC.
Yeah.
Just your overall thoughts of just today and just what you saw and just closing out routines and just having the highest score of the season for your girls.
I'm proud of this team. We've had to work and battle quite a bit this year, and I think that battle has just made us that much stronger in what we're doing and what we're putting out there. We're at the point where we know we can work on the details, and when we do the details, we know we're going to get rewarded for it. And what I told them right after vault warm-ups today was that all three teams in this arena had a double meet weekend, and it's going to be who's going to be ready to come out swinging and fighting for every little thing to be able to step up and have a great weekend all together. Because going to Illinois State and being able to start on floor and end on beam, and then being able to come here and turn around in a day and a half time, like, that's huge for this program, and that's huge for this team, and that's all the credit to the athletes and what they're doing to make sure that they are mentally staying in this process right now.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the double meet because we talked with the girls about it. First one of the year, it was outside of a couple, maybe an event here. It was a pretty strong Friday meet.
Yeah.
What did you like about your team's focus coming back, and does the short turnaround, did that benefit you at all anyways, instead of like thinking about the senior day aspect of it all week because you were worried about Illinois State, and then it's that quick turnaround to today?
I would say probably the one thing that played to our advantage is when we went to Illinois State, we started on floor and ended on beam. And that was a new rotation essentially for us, being able to start on floor. We've ended on beam a couple other times, but it was something that we figured out that we actually had energy for floor. And so, those mistakes weren't terrible of it all. But we went to vault, we went to bars, and we had other mistakes happen. But what we did in that meet to end beam the way we did at Illinois State, I truly think fueled the fire for us to be able to come in front of this crowd in this environment and just skyrocket to that next level of it all. Because you saw those athletes do their gymnastics the way that we see in the gym, and also be able to take it to that next level and be able to be like, oh, we actually had cleaner landings on vault. Now what do we do to make sure that we can keep that piece going and whatnot? So it was just like one of those things where everything just kind of built off one another, and everything just really came together this weekend for us. And that's huge going into another MAC weekend coming up and heading into Michigan State to just keep our feet grounded to be able to soar these next three meets.
Looking across the team scores for the different events, bars, it's your best team bar score. A few other events, you're number 2. I know bars has been one where every week it's it's up there, and sometimes you've had some missteps. So just today, where you had your best score, everyone looked pretty clean. Just talk about the effort that you saw from your team there.
Yeah, one thing that we've been trying to touch on over this last week or so is that you have to expect to hit, and you have to expect that your score is going to count no matter what, whether you stay on the equipment or not. And that's the mentality and shift of making sure that everything that we do, every turn matters, every handstand matters, every little foot movement matters, to stay in that piece and remember to trust the training. And while we've been very up and down on bars, we know that we're capable of that bar rotation all day long. So it's just a matter of making sure that the 4 inches between the ears is catching up to what our body is telling us that we know we can do because of those repetitions and because of that training. So honestly, like I said, every event out there is what we have known as a staff what these athletes are capable of. And there's still other athletes that are still pushing for those spots and still stepping up, and we're showing that no matter what, we're gonna have depth, and we're gonna continue to build and move this team and this program forward. So, I mean, honestly, Emily G going out and also doing, a full for the first time in this arena, that was super exciting too, because that just shows that we're continuing to push our depth and we're not giving up here late in the season.
Madison Coburn, PR on floor, the 9875, led the team. Just what you see in her routine, just how it stood out as of one of many strong floor routines tonight.
Maddie just enjoys floor. Like, that is her favorite event. She enjoys performing. She enjoys that piece of it all. And it's more just saying, like, Maddie, go out and have fun. Don't overdo it. Don't put this little doubt in your head because you've been putting in that work to be able to be out there. So just her nature, her personality to just go out and do that. And I think she shocked herself, but I'm not shocked for her. I know that she's been capable of that. So it's just great to be able to see her and so many other athletes be rewarded tonight for their hard work.
I know we talk about Megan every kind of week, it seems like, but she tied her PR in the all around and just was steady, couple 9.8s and not high 9.7s. Just what she brings continually week in, week out, and how you see her progressing as an all around this year at this point in the year as you head into, like you said, NIU, Michigan State next.
One of the things about Megan is that you will get that consistency piece from her, and I truly feel like this community has been able to see that, and that's been something that's really been a pivotal point to our program, is to have that, her go up in that third spot on all four events and be able to just go up, hit her routines, and really just have this piece where we can kind of have that first, second, kind of that 1-2 punch, and then be able to just have her to be able to boost the rest of the lineups, being able to like finish out that each event strongly. So for her, just staying in her lane, making sure that we stick to the plan, we trust the training, and we just let her gymnastics happen. We know that, she's got great lines, she's got the confidence, so just go out and let her do her thing.
Yeah, Kira 9.8 on bars. You added Love as the beam anchor. Just some of these other athletes, just how you're seeing them as these are two sophomores that towards the end of their second season. Yeah,
amazing for Kira to get up, and we made that change in lineup over this last week to just kind of see what would work. And for her as an athlete, she truly just has done what she's needed to do to be able to have that trust. And so today, all 5 girls went up and hit, and I looked at her and I said, ready to send it? And she said, yep. So we let her be able to do the bar routine that started from a 10-0 and to be rewarded for it. So that's one thing that we've been having to, that's one thing about this sport, is that we have to make sure that we look whole picture at every event. So it was very intentional for us to design the bar routine for what we needed at that time, for then the rest of the bar lineup to do that, for her to be able to be that successful. So that's that give and take when it comes to this sport, of recognizing that she's had to give a little bit, and it's not even impacted her score that much, but be able to have that so she could build her confidence, as well as the athletes on that event to be able to build their confidence too. And Love just being able to like step up and do her job. I told her, I was like, that's the biggest thing for you, Love, is that you know that you're capable of that. So just go up and just have some fun, do your job, and that's all we needed. So, we're not here to have to expect every routine to be a 9-9, but we want to be consistent and confident in what we're doing. And I truly believe that that's what we showed today, was that next level of confidence to be able to bring to the table.
Outstanding performance last home meet for both of you. Y'all kind of stuck everything, 194, 950, almost got to that 195 mark, but there's been just a lot more consistency these last few meets, and just kind of overall thoughts just coming into today. And Kent State's always strong, and just being able to put up the scores that you did.
Well, this was our double meet weekend, so we just had a meet on Friday, and so that's kind of like a new experience. But we knew that this was like a new opportunity to be able to build our NQS, being able to have 2 meets in a row to get good scores. So yeah, but definitely way more consistent. We still need to work a little bit on beam, but yeah.
Yeah, just like Meg said, we're really trying in the gym to work on consistency and like the little details. So I feel like it really showed today.
Yeah, you mentioned the double meet. Yes, a lot of schools will do them multiple times throughout the year. Bowling Green's done them before. This is the first one, like you said, this year. How quickly do you turn the page? I mean, you're not thinking all week about senior day because you're thinking about Illinois State on Friday all week, and then you have the bus ride back, and then just a quick reset before tonight or today. So did you see any benefits from that?
Well, yeah, I mean, we got 2 of our highest team scores this weekend. So we were at Illinois State. We got back at like 4 a.m., had to do some recovery and stuff yesterday to make sure that we were good for today. And yeah, I think it really paid off. We definitely used our performances that we had at Illinois State to build our confidence for this meet. So yeah.
You know, Megan, you're first year in the all-around. We've talked about before. You know, PR. You tied your PR in that solid across the sheet. Madison, you had the PR there on the floor. Just the continuation as the year goes on. Just building each and every meet towards the MAC championship, and just what you see in your performances week to week, and just as well as the team as you continue to move forward towards Central Michigan in the MAC championship here in a couple weeks.
Again, like Maddie said earlier, we've been working on the little details in the gym and really just pushing ourselves to go that extra mile. And I think that's really paid off these past couple weeks. Yeah, I think it's just the little details that are going to keep pushing us. Like, we were super close to Kent State this week, so if we can just keep building on that, we have NIU and Michigan State and then Max. So to keep building, finish out strong, I think that'll go good.
Yeah, and the goal is to peak at max also.
You know, with your floor, Madison, just, how'd you feel out there, and just, as your progression has gone this year, especially in your two events?
I had a great time today, yeah.
I think it was team best on bars this year. Megan, you're in that event. What have you seen kind of as that's been sometimes every other week? Sometimes it's a very strong point. Sometimes there's a few mishaps. So just the last couple meets has kind of been a strength. Can you just talk to that?
So before this weekend, we decided to do a little bit of a lineup change, kind of a refresh, because we had been struggling. We had a couple good meets, then we had been struggling, so we wanted to kind of change our perspective on that, and I think that that's really paid off the past two meets. It's been a significant difference. So yeah, just working on attacking, being aggressive, and the little details.
Senior day, you're both juniors. You've been around these seniors. Obviously, you're all 3 years. Just any thoughts on them, and just some of their performances that might have stuck out today?
I was going to say, Kat had a great vault today. Kennedy had a significantly better bar routine. And yeah, we're just going to miss them. I mean, they've been here all of our 3 years, so it's really going to be sad to see them go. But I know that they have great futures ahead of them, so can't wait to see that.
They were great leaders, and we're excited to see what they do in the future.
And last question. A few weeks left. Like you said, NIU, Michigan State, then Max. So, what's the strong emphasis going into practice and kind of these last few meets?
I think just focusing on the meet ahead and not getting carried away and thinking about Max too soon. Like, we just need to focus on NIU, focus on doing a good meet there, then focus on Michigan State, then focus on Max. And again, just to keep pushing ourselves in the gym, keep working on the little details. That's really what's gonna boost our score up even more.
Like, one day at a time, one practice at a time, taking it day by day.
And you've both been through this, 2 times before. Does that help? Does that give you the opportunity to kind of help lead, the younger athletes that haven't?
I would say 100%. Because we've had these 2 years, or this is now our 3rd year, it helps get as nervous for meets. And I think just emphasizing that to maybe the freshmen or the sophomores, calm down. It's okay. You know how to do your thing. So yeah, it's definitely helped us be good leaders.